Hey guys, there's the pool guy here.
Emily, the pool girl.
We are on our way to our first job of the day, which is...
I don't know.
We don't know. So we don't know what we're walking into. So while we're killing time, we're going to talk about the importance of keeping your CYA level between 30 and 80 part per million. In between 30 and 80, there's a number 50 that's kind of like, in my opinion, the perfect number to keep your stabilizer at, if you can maintain that. Yeah. So with it at 30, it's still, the chlorine's still getting sucked out pretty quick. Over 80, your chlorine's in the water, but it's too bound up to be useful. So you show a chlorine residual in your comparator test, but you still have algae and you can't figure out why. So generally speaking, if everything else is good, but your CYA level is over 80, that's going to be your problem. The only way to lower that is to drain your water and dilute. So typically we start with draining half the pool, refilling, letting the pool circulate for 24 hours to mix up the old and the new water, and then do a retest and see where you're at. So do you have anything to add on this subject?
Well, I just think that for like the general public who doesn't understand what CYA is, like maybe we could give a sort of a...
Okay, so chlorine in your pool is like a superhero, right? And a superhero who also is a vampire, right?
Wait,
and so
like he's way better, though.
This vampire can only be a superhero in the sunlight with sunscreen on. Otherwise he'll poof, go away. And so he lathers himself up real tough with sunscreen so he can go out into the sunlight and save the day by killing algae, right? So the sunscreen is your CYA, right? So you get sunscreen on the superhero's skin, it protects him from the UV light so he can stay on Earth long enough to fight the bad algae, right? So like, anyway, it's just sunscreen. But if you put too much on, it prevents his skin from breathing, and he overheats and he just feels tired and he can't really do his job. Yeah. And so don't overstabilize your water, and don't understabilize because it'll burn up. So you got to have that sweet spot where you have just enough stabilizer, aka sunscreen, to allow your chlorine, aka the hero of the story, to kill the bad guy, the algae. Yeah. So there you go, guys. Keep sunscreen on your superhero.
The higher the stabilizer in your pool, it's like kryptonite to Superman.
Okay.
The higher the level of stabilizer,
it just weakens it. Makes it completely ineffective.
It's ineffective.
Impotent. Superman is impotent.
But anyway, we're getting a little...
Maybe it's the underwear over the pants thing. I don't know,
whatever. So we're getting a lot of phone calls about people dumping a lot of chemicals in their water, and nobody talks about stabilizer level. I'm throwing this and that and this and that, and I've spent $500. I spent $700.
Right.
What are you doing? Go to a pool store, a local pool store. I'm sure every town has them. We have them. They test your water for free. Ask them specifically to get your stabilizer level checked. And if you don't trust them, take your water sample to more than one place and do a compare and contrast. I don't know how OCD you are about it, but check that level. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Check the level. Why's this guy got to cut me off? There's no reason for you to do that, sir. Thank you very much. Anyway, so one quick note. We're going to die here. I think I lost my train of thought. Oh,
that's real safe, sir. Yes, stand on I-10 and write a ticket. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay, so with
skydiving without a parachute.
Right. Skydiving without a parachute. So when stabilizer is high, it actually creates it actually binds up with like oils and urea and like things that it can't oxidize. It gets bound up and it creates this thing called chloramine. Well, that chloramine smells like chlorine. So if you walk up to your pool and you smell chlorine, you most likely have chloramines. Well, chloramines can only be taken out of the pool. The smell of the chlorine can only be taken out of the pool by adding a ton of chlorine to reach what's known as breakpoint chlorination. But once you reach breakpoint chlorination, you know, you've dumped all this chlorine in the pool and you think your chlorine's going to be super duper high. Well, it's not. It ends up being super duper low because it's effectively burned off 1-for-1 molecule of spent chlorine molecule that's bound up. This one clean molecule comes over and it blasts like a little bomb, boom, and they all gas off. Right, so what you're left with is, oh, hang on, ACP&x trying to get over.
Wow, with a giant bubble on it. What is that?
This is nuts.
It looks like ET's spaceship. Just saying.
So like, you know, if your stabilizer's a little closer to 80, you know, or pushing over 80, you're gonna have issues you're gonna have more issues with your chlorine being ineffective as if it's in chlorine block.
You're more prone to algae bloom.
Yeah, you're gonna have chlorine when you test it, and you're gonna wonder why you still have algae. You know, algae can't grow when there's active chlorine, but the key is it has to be active.
If you have a high chlorine and you also have a high stabilizer, the chlorine's not doing anything.
Totally
it doesn't
ineffective.
matter when you say things like my chlorine's at a 15. Check your stabilizer.
Yep. And yeah, once you check your stabilizer, get that in order, your chlorine is more effective and it's free and available to work. But don't forget to make sure your pH is low enough so that your chlorine can be most effective. So with your pH around a 6.5 or 8, somewhere in that range, you're using about 90% of your chlorine to combat algae that you put into your swimming pool. At an 8.0 on the pH scale, you dump in 10 pounds, you're only using about, I don't know, 1 to 2 pounds of that 10 pounds is effective. So, you know, 10 to 20% maybe, and the rest of it is just wasted, which today's prices, you don't want to waste even an ounce of shock. Shock is almost like gold these days, and it goes up every single time Leslie's buys some other little small business out. So there you go. Thanks, Leslie's, for bumping our prices up, pal. What now? What do you want to talk about? We have a long way to go. Wait. Okay.
I am going to say this because you mentioned it, and I don't like talking about it. But in case you didn't catch what he said back in minute whatever, if you walk into your local swimming pool, or you go over to somebody's house and they're like, "Hey, we're having a pool party," blah blah blah. Just so you know, if that water smells like chlorine, those people TT in that water.
Good point. Good point. See you guys in a minute. Bye. Tell me all about this guy that you just decided not to take the call on. I mean, you know, it comes up caller ID. You know who's on the caller ID. This is a customer who has, you know, something. tell me what this something was that you didn't want to address at this moment.
Well, there was a block in the pool, and it was a green liner pool.
Oh, not a blocked green pool.
Right, and we unfortunately
Not a liner. I'm not sticking to that. No, I'm not sticking my equipment into a green pool that's a liner I can't see, and I'm going to roll across something. It's going to tear the liner. It's going to drain the pool. Everything's going to fall apart. You're going to blame me. Guess what? Well, me knows better. So I'm going to tell you right now, I can't do it. So you're going to have to do it yourself, and then we'll take over maintenance henceforth.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No? No taking over maintenance? Or they're just out? This person's got on your last nerve. Tell me about it. The teeth are so white. Oh my god.
Not compared to this. Look at this.
Oh, is that the white? Is that?
Look at that.
Oh god. Wipe my teeth, damn.
Anyways, look, when you lie, when you say things
we'll
like...
call it a mistruth.
Okay, so when you say things like, my pool is not really that green, or it just started to form algae, and you take your time out of your day to go and look at it, and you done been lied to. There is turtles living in the pool. Turtles.
Yeah, we know.
The pool is a swamp.
You can't fool us.
More so than 𝐬𝐫𝐽𝐽. You cannot tell me that your pool turned into 𝐬𝐫𝐽𝐽 in 3 days. It's just not possible. So when you lie the first time, it's like you're already on that list of, I don't know if I want to trust you again. So then when you say, no, I haven't put nothing in my pool, and you can tell that there's block in your pool.
Yeah, if I shock your pool and bubbles happen.
There's empty bags of it next to your equipment, and you tell me, no, you didn't do it. I mean, I don't want to put my equipment in. He doesn't want to put any time or effort into trying to save pool water that cannot be saved by us. You cannot put 27 pounds of shock in it and it'll be clear tomorrow. Not when you have put flocculant in your water.
You done flocked up. Can I say that?
Anyways, so to recap, like just be honest with what you did.
Yeah.
Because we'll give you honest information back, but when you take time out of our busy day and you lie and you lie and you lie,
waste our time. Guess what? You get taxed.
I don't want to
get taxed.
deal with.
I mean, a little bit, but you know, if we spend a trip out there, you told us that it's just kind of green, it's ready for maintenance, and we get out there and it's a swamp. We have to allot for our time, so you have to be charged for that time that we spend out there. So look, let's stay efficient. Let's minimize our time on property because our time is valuable, and you know we don't want you to go broke just hiring out for your pool services. So let's keep our costs down by being smart about what we need and what we're communicating with our professionals.
Yes.
So anyway, that's it. I'm going to start paying attention to the road because I don't know, maybe I should.
Well, I don't know. We just got a text from one of the children that says, guys. So I'm assuming that more just happened. So I'm like, we need to
I just heard a nasty strike of lightning.
We need to be like parental units.
Oh yes, we shall go be.
Anyways, the bottom line is don't lie.
Don't lie. Bye. Okay, so we are done for the day. That transformer didn't work out. I blew the second one, so I got to figure out what's blowing the transformers. Luckily, we got out just in time. The rain has started. Let me flip you around and see what's going on. Yeah, it's raining. We're going down the bridge, and we're doing some talk time. That's what's up. All right, I'm back. So anyway, we're heading back to the shop. We're gonna flip over vehicles, head on out. A little early day. It's less than 3 o'clock, so we've been at it since pretty early this morning. So we're pretty sweltering, been humid, been all those things we love in Southeast Texas. And just like true form, you know, at the drop of a dime, it was raining like crazy just 1 mile that way, and now it's bone dry right here. So I don't know. What do you know? Southeast Texas, all the way. Love this place. Peace out. Later.